Have you ever felt a little off? Maybe a bit foggy-headed? Or just plain tired, even after what seemed like a good night's sleep? Perhaps you've brushed it off as just getting older. Or maybe a little brain fog or those persistent aches and pains that seem to come with the territory. But what if I told you that a surprisingly common, yet often overlooked, daily habit could be quietly contributing to those very feelings, slowly undermining your energy, your digestion, and even your sharp memory? It's true. Many of us, especially as we get a bit wiser in years, are making simple, almost invisible, mistakes with something as basic as drinking water. We think we're doing fine, perhaps sipping a glass here and there, but our bodies are quietly struggling, trying to keep up. This isn't about some fancy diet or a complicated health regimen. This is about pure, simple water, the very essence of life, and how we might be getting it wrong in ways we don't even realize. The good news, the secret if you will, is that once you understand these hidden pitfalls, you can easily turn things around. You can reclaim that energy, support your digestion, and even sharpen your mind, all by making tiny, effortless adjustments to your daily water habits. In this video, we're going to uncover the four most common water drinking mistakes that seniors often make, the ones that could be silently harming your body and robbing you of your vitality. And more importantly, we'll talk about simple, practical ways to fix them, starting today. So, settle in. Grab a glass of water, the right way, of course. And let's unlock these secrets together. Make sure you watch right to the very end, because I've saved a crucial tip. Something that will truly surprise you and could make all the difference to how you feel every single day. Let's dive straight into the first, and perhaps most widespread, mistake many of us inadvertently make when it comes to staying hydrated. It's simply not drinking enough water consistently throughout the day. You see, as we age, our bodies change in subtle but significant ways, and our internal thirst mechanism often becomes less sensitive. What felt like a strong signal to grab a drink in our younger years might now be a whisper, or even completely silent, until we're already quite parched that, this can happen for a few reasons. Sometimes, we become more sensitive to frequent bathroom trips, especially at night, so we consciously or unconsciously cut back on fluids. Other times, we might genuinely forget, simply getting caught up in our day and not thinking to reach for a glass of water. And then there's the common misconception that our morning coffee, that afternoon cup of tea, or even a fizzy drink, counts towards our daily water intake. While these certainly contain water, they don't hydrate us in the same way, and some can even have a dehydrating effect. The consequences of this chronic, mild dehydration can be far more impactful than you might imagine. It's not about severe emergency dehydration. It's about a constant, low-level state of not having quite enough fluid for your body to perform optimally. Think about your energy levels. If you often feel sluggish, tired, or just a bit run down, even after a good night's sleep, it could very well be linked to insufficient hydration. Water is vital for transporting nutrients and oxygen throughout your body. And when there isn't enough of it, everything slows down. Your cells aren't getting what they need efficiently, and that translates directly into fatigue. Beyond energy, consider your digestion. Are you experiencing more frequent constipation? Water plays a critical role in keeping things moving smoothly through your digestive tract. Without adequate fluid, your stools can become hard and difficult to pass, leading to discomfort and other digestive issues. Then there's the health of your skin. If it feels dry, flaky, or less elastic, that's another sign your body is crying out for more hydration. Water helps maintain skin plumpness and elasticity, contributing to a healthy glow and even reducing the appearance of fine lines. And let's not forget about muscle cramps and joint pain. Water is a major component of the synovial fluid that lubricates our joints, and it's essential for muscle function. When you're dehydrated, muscles can cramp more easily, and joints might feel stiffer and more painful. Even dizziness and lightheadedness, which can increase the risk of falls for seniors, can often be traced back to a lack of proper hydration as blood volume decreases when you're short on fluids. The good news is that rectifying this mistake is remarkably simple, and the benefits can be felt almost immediately. The first step is to be proactive about your water intake, rather than reactive. Set a daily goal for yourself. While the old 8 glasses a day rule is a good general guideline, listen to your body and perhaps aim for around 6 to 8 glasses, or even a bit more if you're active or living in a warmer climate. A great way to start is by having a glass of water first thing in the morning, even before your coffee or tea. This kickstarts your hydration for the day and rehydrates your body after hours of sleep. Another incredibly effective strategy is to build a water routine into your daily activities. Think about it every time you take your medication. Grab a glass of water. Before each meal, have a small glass. When you sit down to read, watch television, or listen to a podcast, keep a bottle or a full glass of water right next to you. Make it a visible reminder. Some people find it helpful to set gentle alarms on their phones every couple of hours. Just a little chime that reminds them to sip. You could even get a reusable water bottle that has time markings on it, encouraging you to drink a certain amount by a certain hour. If plain water feels a bit boring, don't hesitate to infuse it with natural flavors. A few slices of cucumber, a wedge of lemon or lime, some fresh mint leaves, or even a handful of berries can transform plain water into a refreshing and enjoyable drink. The key is to make it appealing and easily accessible. Margaret, a lovely woman I know in her late 70s, used to constantly complain about feeling sluggish and having trouble with her digestion. She'd always dismissed it as just her age. When we talked, she realized she was only having a couple of cups of tea and maybe 1 or 2 small glasses of water a day. We worked on a simple plan: a glass first thing, a glass before each meal, and a small water bottle she kept with her while she was gardening or reading. Within a week, she was astonished. Her energy level soared, her digestion became regular, and she even commented that her skin felt less dry. It was such a small change, but it had a profound impact. So remember, consistent, conscious hydration is your secret weapon against many of those common age-related complaints. Now that we've talked about the importance of consistently getting enough water, let's move on to a related, but equally critical mistake that often goes hand in hand with underhydration, waiting until you actually feel thirsty to drink. It seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? Our bodies are supposed to tell us when they need something, and in our younger years, that thirst signal was usually pretty reliable. But as we age, that internal alarm system can become a bit faulty. The sensation of thirst diminishes, meaning that by the time you actually feel thirsty, your body is likely already in a state of mild dehydration. Think of it like the fuel gauge in your car. You don't wait until it's on empty before you fill up. Do you top it off when it's closer to half full? Anticipating the need. Your body needs that same foresight. This delayed thirst response is a real concern for seniors because it means you're consistently playing catch-up with your body's needs. If you're already dehydrated when you finally feel the urge to drink, you're starting from a deficit. And it takes time and consistent effort to rebalance your fluid levels. This puts an unnecessary strain on your internal systems, which are constantly working to maintain proper balance. It exacerbates all those issues we just discussed: fatigue, constipation, cognitive fogginess, and even a higher risk of urinary tract infections, which become more common in older adults, partly due to inadequate fluid intake. For example, my neighbor, Frank, a spry man in his early 80s, was a creature of habit. He'd have his cup of tea in the morning, and then wouldn't really drink anything else until lunchtime. And often not much then either, unless he was doing something strenuous and felt overtly parched. He kept experiencing bouts of inexplicable tiredness and headaches. Once he started sipping water steadily throughout the morning, long before he felt any thirst. Those issues dramatically reduced. He realized his body needed that consistent trickle, not just a desperate gulp when his internal reserves were already depleted. The solution to this mistake is simple: practice proactive hydration. Don't wait for the thirst signal. Instead, build those habits we just talked about. Sip water throughout the day, even when you don't feel thirsty. Make it a background activity, something you do almost unconsciously, like breathing. Keep a glass of water on your bedside table. your kitchen counter, and your favorite armchair. If you're going out for a walk or to run errands, take a small bottle with you. By consciously deciding to drink at regular intervals, perhaps every hour or two, you bypass that unreliable thirst mechanism and ensure your body always has the fluid it needs to function at its best. It's about nourishing your body before it sends out a distress signal. Building on that, another common pitfall many of us fall into is mistakenly believing that all liquids are created equal when it comes to hydration, or that our morning coffee and evening tea are doing the trick just as well as plain water. This is our third common mistake. It's easy to think, well, I drank a full can of soda, a glass of juice, and 2 cups of coffee today, so I must be well hydrated. But unfortunately, that's not quite how it works. While these beverages do contain water, many of them come with additional ingredients that can actually counteract their hydrating potential, or even negatively impact your health. Let's start with sugary drinks like sodas, fruit juices, even 100% juice, if consumed in large quantities, and sweetened teas. While they might quench your immediate thirst, their high sugar content can actually draw water out of your cells and contribute to dehydration in the long run. They also contribute to blood sugar spikes and provide empty calories, which can lead to weight gain and increase your risk for conditions like type 2 diabetes, concerns that become even more important as we age. Your body has to work harder to process all that sugar, diverting resources that could be used for other vital functions. Then there's caffeine. While a moderate amount of coffee or tea can be part of a healthy lifestyle for many, excessive caffeine intake can act as a diuretic, meaning it makes your body produce more urine, leading to fluid loss. If you're relying primarily on caffeinated beverages for your fluid intake, you might actually be losing more water than you're taking in. The same goes for alcohol. While a glass of wine with dinner can be enjoyable, alcohol is also a powerful diuretic and can lead to significant dehydration. The truth is, plain, unadulterated water is the champion of hydration. It's what your body truly needs for optimal cellular function, for transporting nutrients and oxygen to every part of your body, for flushing out waste products, and for lubricating your joints. It helps maintain your body temperature, supports organ function, and keeps your blood flowing smoothly. No other beverage can do all of these things as efficiently or as purely. So, the actionable step here is clear. Prioritize plain water. Make it your primary beverage throughout the day. This doesn't mean you have to give up your morning coffee or that occasional glass of juice entirely, but it does mean viewing them as treats or supplements to your water intake, not as substitutes for it. Try diluting your fruit juice with water to reduce its sugar content and make it more hydrating. Opt for herbal teas, which are naturally caffeine-free and can be a wonderful way to enjoy a warm beverage without the diuretic effect. Also, remember that some foods are excellent sources of water. Water-rich fruits and vegetables like cucumbers, celery, watermelon, strawberries, and oranges can contribute significantly to your daily fluid intake. Make a conscious effort to include more of these in your diet. My friend Susan used to drink several cans of diet soda a day, thinking she was avoiding sugar. While she was cutting calories, she wasn't truly hydrating herself. She found herself constantly feeling bloated and fatigued when she switched to mostly water, infused with lemon and cucumber to make it more appealing. She noticed a remarkable difference in her energy levels and how much more comfortable her digestion became. It's a simple shift in mindset. Water isn't just something to drink when you're thirsty. It's the fundamental fuel your body needs to thrive. We've journeyed through some truly vital insights today, uncovering how simply not drinking enough, and then waiting for thirst to strike, or relying on sugary or highly caffeinated drinks, can silently undermine our well-being. But there's one more crucial water mistake, one that might actually surprise you, especially if you're trying to do everything right and conscientiously increase your water intake. It's a mistake that, ironically, can lead to its own set of problems, even when your intentions are good. This fourth common mistake is drinking too much water at once or consuming large quantities too close to bedtime. You might be thinking, wait, I thought we needed more water. And you're absolutely right. We do. But the how and when are just as important as the how much. Our bodies are designed to process water steadily throughout the day, not in massive gulps. when you drink a very large volume of water in a short period, especially if you're not particularly active or sweating a lot. You can overwhelm your kidneys. Their job is to filter your blood and maintain a delicate balance of electrolytes, like sodium. If you rapidly flood your system with too much plain water, it can dilute your sodium levels, a condition known as hyponatremia. While this is relatively rare in healthy individuals who aren't pushing themselves to extremes, it can be a serious concern, particularly for older adults who might have underlying health conditions, kidney issues, or be on certain medications that affect fluid balance. Symptoms can range from nausea and headaches to confusion, and in severe cases, it can be life-threatening. The key is to sip consistently and regularly, allowing your body to absorb and utilize the water effectively, rather than shocking your system with a sudden deluge. Think of it like watering a garden. A steady, gentle soak is far more beneficial than a sudden downpour that simply runs off the soil. Then, there's the issue of drinking too much water too close to bedtime. This is a common and understandable habit, especially if you're trying to catch up on your daily intake. However, it can significantly disrupt your sleep, and quality sleep is paramount for overall health, especially as we age. If you drink a large glass or two of water right before you go to bed, it's almost guaranteed to result in one or more nighttime trips to the bathroom. These interruptions fragment your sleep cycles, preventing you from getting the deep, restorative sleep your body needs to repair and rejuvenate. You wake up feeling groggy, tired, and not fully rested, which defeats the purpose of trying to feel better through hydration. The impact of chronic fragmented sleep can be just as detrimental as chronic dehydration, affecting your mood, cognitive function, and even your immune system. So, the simple solution here is to be mindful of your timing. Aim to drink the bulk of your daily water intake throughout the morning and afternoon. Try to taper off your fluid consumption a couple of hours before you plan to go to bed. For instance, if you usually go to bed around 10 p.m., try to finish your last significant glass of water by 8 p.m. Of course, if you take medication at night or feel genuinely thirsty, a small sip is perfectly fine. The goal isn't to dehydrate yourself overnight, but to avoid large quantities that will lead to unnecessary bathroom breaks. You'll likely find that by front-loading your hydration earlier in the day, you'll naturally feel less of a need for large drinks in the evening. And if you do wake up needing to use the bathroom, don't rush back to bed and immediately grab another big drink. Just go. And if you're thirsty, a small sip will do. So, in essence, it boils down to 4 key areas making sure you're consistently getting enough water throughout the day. Proactively sipping instead of waiting for thirst, choosing pure water over sugary or overly caffeinated drinks, and finally, being mindful of how and when you drink, avoiding large quantities all at once or right before bed. These are not grand, sweeping changes, but rather subtle refinements to a daily habit that holds immense power over your health and vitality. Remember, small, consistent changes are far more powerful than trying to overhaul everything overnight. You don't need to become a hydration expert. Just a little more mindful attention can make a world of difference. Your body is incredibly resilient and eager to respond positively to these simple shifts. Think of these not as strict rules, but as gentle nudges towards a more vibrant, comfortable you. Imagine feeling more energetic throughout the day, experiencing smoother digestion, thinking more clearly, and even sleeping more soundly, all from making conscious choices about your water intake. These aren't just possibilities, they are very real, attainable benefits waiting for you. I truly hope this conversation has sparked some new insights for you. I'm so curious to hear your thoughts. Have you noticed any of these patterns in your own life? What strategies have you found helpful for staying hydrated that you could share with our community? Perhaps you have a favorite way to infuse your water, or a trick for remembering to drink throughout the day. Please share your experiences and wisdom in the comments section below. Your insights could be exactly what someone else needs to hear, providing that little spark of inspiration or a practical tip that makes all the difference for them. If this video has helped you feel more informed, more empowered, or simply given you something valuable to think about regarding your health, please do me a favor and give it a big thumbs up. It really helps our channel reach more amazing people like you who are looking for ways to live their best lives and make the most of every day. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing. We're always here to share practical, uplifting advice to help you navigate every stage of life with confidence and joy, ensuring you have the tools and knowledge to thrive. You have so much life to live, so much to enjoy, and every small step you take towards nurturing your body is an investment in your happiness and freedom. Keep cherishing yourselves. Keep exploring. And remember, a well-hydrated body is a happier, more energetic body, ready to embrace all the wonderful moments life has to offer. Until next time, stay well, stay hydrated, and live your very best life at every age.